All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we've got a brand new event in Hockey Ultimate Team. This year's Nations of Hockey event is going to highlight some players from different countries inside the NHL video game. So in this video, we are going to go over all the new Master Set players, all of the new cards that have just been released for the event, the sets, as well as the objectives and everything else you need to know. And I apologize, I sound like an absolute disaster. I'm extremely sick, so let's get into it. All right, so we'll start first like we always do, going over all of the new event cards, and we'll start things off with the 82 Marco Rossi from Austria, 5'9", 182 with Protector, 86 speed, 86 acceleration. Honestly, this is just an 82 overall card that you could throw into sets. However, if you are someone who is maybe a Minnesota Wild fan, or even if you're just starting out your team, 86 overall will play at the very launch of the game when you are looking for cards that will replace your bronze or silver ones. 85 shooting is decent as well, but nothing else to see here. Next, we've got the 82 right-handed defenseman Erik Cernak from Slovakia with Applesauce and Thunderclap. I'm not gonna lie, Thunderclap has not seen to be doing anything in this game outside of just normal slap shots. It does not trigger on one-timers, or at least regularly. 82 speed, 82 acceleration, even at 6'4", guys, you know, if you've been following my channel for a while, bigger players are very good if you are someone that's in the higher divisions, because you are able to bump players off the puck. That being said, 82 speed is not gonna play no matter what rating you are in the game. Ryan Suter's up next from Team USA with Magician and Seeing Eye. Seeing Eye, I am now 100% convinced with how this game is played. If you are someone that likes to take tip shots from the points, like myself, or just firing screen wrist shots, even if they're slow muffins, they are going in with Seeing Eye on. I've really enjoyed it. I think it's definitely a useful ability, whereas in last year's game, it had no impact at all. But at 6'1", 85 speed, 85 acceleration, much like Rossi, this is a very starter defenseman, nothing more than that. Elvis Merzlikins is up next, the 83 overall, 6'3" goaltender from Latvia with Contortionist and Buzzing. You are going to see a video from my No Money Spent team, and if you've been watching my streams, Markstrom is no longer a usable goaltender. He is absolutely awful. I don't know if it's because a lot of the overalls have increased and we're getting into the high 80s, low 90s, but he is no longer viable. So I am on a full abort mission on using base Markstrom as your goaltender. I'm on the hunt for someone new, and we're going to talk about someone new in this event. But Elvis Merzlikins with Contortionist, go ahead and try him out, guys. There has not really been a lot of meta goaltenders that have come out this year. I think there are a lot of viable options, and Contortionist, with how the EASHL human animations that were added in for goaltenders, it adds in, it's just a mess, but Contortionist seems to be actually pretty viable. The 84 overall, Tim Stützle comes up next with Protector and Make It Snappy, 89 speed, 89 acceleration, and 87 agility with mid-80 shooting. This is actually a half-decent card. Like, if you are a base team and you are just starting out, you're probably going to be able to get him for the base price. Well, the base price for the event cards, because again, we're going to talk about the objectives going on, but you might actually be half decent. 89 speed and 89 acceleration isn't awful, and Tim Stützle's Evo card has been phenomenal. Filip Hronek from Czechia with Bombarded and Send It. Send It is completely useless. 87 speed, 87 acceleration. Again, kind of that middle stage defenseman where you're looking for someone that can either skate, or they're big enough, or they're absolute bargain bin compared to the Master Set players, that middle ground. This is actually a half decent right-handed defenseman with 87 body checking. So if you are looking for a very cheap defenseman, this could be it. Rafael Diaz is up next, 5'11" from Switzerland with well-rounded and no contest. Not really anything exceptional here. He is a 5'11" right-handed defenseman with 86 speed, 86 acceleration, and 90 agility. Very, very weird build, but again, much like some of the other cards like Hronek, he's just not really an option. Nicholas Backstrom gets a card with Thief and Tape to Tape. It's actually a half-decent card. 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 91 agility. If you are no money spent and you are trying to find that non-master set but high-end centerman, this could be it. Thief is one of the best synergies in the game outside of the skating ones. In fact, it is the best synergy in the game outside of some of the skating ones, and it actually is better than some of the skating ones. But nonetheless, it is very, very impactful, and it actually makes him a pretty solid card all the way around. Michelle Karvinen, 5'6" from Finland with Booming Shot in close quarters. Much like a lot of the female cards, 91 speed, 91 acceleration, so a good skater. It's the shot power for me that is awfully rough. Just you aren't able to beat goaltenders regularly. There are a lot of other options. 5'6" is, you know, some of the women, like Marie-Philippe Poulin is an absolutely devastating card to play against, so maybe this card might have some usefulness, but 92 body checking is kind of interesting, so I might try her out and let you guys know how she plays. 88 overall is still 88 overall, but interesting card, no doubt. All right, on to the Masters set players. We are going to start first with Germany's Lukas Reichel, and right off the rip, I want to mention for anyone that saw the stream or looked at the event very early, his endurance was down at 77. My community, we all reached out, and we were able to alert the devs that when there is an issue, or when there is cards that go from silver, essentially, and they get all jacked up to Master set level, some of their abilities and attributes don't increase at the right level. So if everything goes up by plus 10, but their endurance starts at like 65, then it's only going to be 75, for example. So his endurance is picked up to 86 now, so this makes him a little bit more viable. He has Thief as his first synergy, and then Buzzing or Spark. I'd probably go Spark. So with Thief activated, he's got Elite Face-Offs, Elite Defensive Awareness to Stick Checking, and then Elite Edges, Close Quarters, Make It Snappy, and Wheels I'm not huge on unless they are exceptional speed skaters like McKinnon or McDavid or Barzal. All in all, this is a pretty useful card. The issue is, I think, what a lot of people are having tough time with when it comes to this event is that there aren't many cards that are exceptionally better than prior events. For example, Patrice Bergeron is a much better centerman card that came out in the last event, and if it's the same cost or maybe a little bit more for this Lukas Reichel because he's 90 overall, I'd much rather have Patrice Bergeron, but that's not to say this isn't a good card, and I will have my tier list when I go through, guys, and try out these cards, because that is something I am making sure that I go and do now, so that you guys can get some actual feedback and some gameplay with using these. Great abilities, good attributes, it's just not enough from the prior event. Non-master set, however, 90 overall Connor McDavid is absolutely nuts. This is an endgame card almost. Like, if you pack this untradeable and you don't have Connor McDavid's X Factor, like, you probably don't even need to worry about it for the remainder of the year. 96 speed, 96 acceleration, and 97 agility. His shot's great. Defensively, he's awesome. He can actually play center with Thief on. Like, there's not much else to say about Connor McDavid cards, but he is extremely good, and one of the better ones, his X Factor is just nuts. Then we've got our second Master Set player, the 90 overall Henri Jokiharju from Finland with Bombarded and Distributor, as well as Buzzing and Light the Lamp. It looks like they're doing some of the smaller skating synergies and giving them multiple, which is making them a little bit easier to activate, but the issue is, if they have options, most cards, to Distributor or Buzzing, they also have access to Fly the Zone, and you'd much rather have Fly the Zone. However, he is a 6 foot, 200-pound right-handed defenseman with Gold Thunderclap. Third Eye, Send It, and Take the Tape. This might be the holy trinity of useless defense abilities, so not a bad card. 90 speed, it can get up to 91, same with acceleration. He's got okay size. His shot is, again, okay. Defensively, defensive attributes are great, but this is like a slightly taller version of Quinn Hughes that just came out, and Quinn Hughes is a little bit better of a skater. So while I think there is some usefulness to him, defensively, again, these attributes, unless he had something exceptional in terms of his skating or his size, the attribute or the abilities are just a little rough in my opinion. Then we've got Kristers Gudlevskis. I've been told I'm butchering his name. I apologize. From Latvia. And I'll say this, with some of the Master Set selections, you kind of question them, like, why would they pick him? This is the perfect Latvian MSP, because I will never forget Gudlevski's unbelievable, I believe it was a 50 save game against Canada. So I think this is an awesome selection. I don't know if we've ever had a Latvian MSP. I'm probably wrong on that, but one doesn't come to mind. But that being said, I talked about Markstrom being god-awful now, the base Markstrom. 6'4", that's good enough size. Butterfly Effect looks to be one of the most impactful of zone abilities for goaltenders this year. Then you combine Light Work and Sponge, and you have the tools of the best goalie in the game right now. The 59 aggression, I'm a little curious about, because while aggression in prior games was important, for anyone that doesn't know, aggression is not a stat you want to be 99. It is like a personality trait for goaltenders. So the lower the aggression, the further they sit back in the net, which was great for one-timers in prior games, because if they had high aggression, they'd sit out the top of their crease, and the backdoor one-timer would be wide open. With how NHL 23 plays, and that far side shot, or even point shots or wristers getting tipped home from the point, I don't know if low aggression is the play. But again, I am going to 100% make this card, because on my God Squad, I don't have any other decent goaltenders. So we're going to find out if he's any good, and I'll let you know in the tier video. And then the classic Jordan Eberle from from Team Canada. Probably one of the most famous international moments in terms of Canadian hockey over the last 20 years. So gold close quarters, unstoppable force, all alone is pointless. And Backhand Beauty, I think, has some sneaky usefulness, especially in NHL 23. This is a great card. Like, there's no way to say that it is not a good card. 92 speed, 92 acceleration, 95 agility with close quarters and unstoppable force. A great shot in the low 90s. Hand stats are all great. The only issue is that he's right-handed and purely a winger. We just got Matthew Barzal, and I don't know if this card does enough to be like, I would much rather have Eberle than Barzal, which I think kind of dampens the mood on some of these master set players. Because in my opinion, I think the Spreadsheet Hockey event was the best event that we've had in HUT in years, other than maybe under 22. So when you have a great event in terms of the master set selections and all the cards and like that, it's hard to follow it up and not have it run away with overalls being in the high 90s. So while he is very good, I'm going to try him out and I'll let you guys know. All right, now when it comes to sets, things remain roughly the same, except there are now 88 overalls allowed to be traded in. So if you guys haven't watched my preparing for Team of the Year video, go back and watch it. If it'll allow you to give you some insight on what I would suspect to happen for Team of the Year. But 88s right now, there are not a lot of them in the game, guys, and 6 event collectibles for what is available right now is not really going to be all that enjoyable in terms of value. So what I would do, if you have 88s, stockpile them for Team of the Year. Do not use them in these sets. Even if you're HUT rich, just save them. I would pay attention to what I like to do is the 84s and 85s. I think these are decent value, so just be on the market. Again, I'm not going to tell you what is the best value because by the time I do that, it'll all change. So all you've got to do is just do the math, guys. If you're going to make one of these, all it takes, you can avoid the 82s, 81s, 80s, and any of the gold players. Start at 83, go and find out what they're going for and what you can buy them in the market, divide them by the amount of collectibles, and then do that for all of them up to, I wouldn't even do 87s. I would save 87s for Team of the Year if you're going to make one of these. I would save them all for Team of the Year, just as an example, though. Now, it looks like this is a multi-week event, but I think this might actually be a triple-week event, not just 2. I think we're going to get 3 weeks of it. Just kind of the vibes I got from the stream and everything like that. It looks like this might be a 3-week event. We already found out what the second week Master Set player is on. I'll show you guys that in a second because, I mean, it all got leaked earlier on by EA NHL on Twitter. So that being said, if you are going to make any of these, I'm really only going to make Gudlevski's because, again, you can go back now in NHL 23, and this isn't talked about enough, and go back and make these guys at the same cost. So the new Master Sets, not a lot of them have great value, but I will try them out and let you guys know. Now, if you're not in my Discord, please join it. It has 3,200 members right now. All we do is talk hockey Ultimate Team all day long, essentially. If you're looking for team build, reviews, pack pulls, any info, all of that stuff, my Discord is where it is. It is the best place to find info in pretty much all of the internet right now when it comes to hockey Ultimate Team. So that being said, this was tweeted out by EA. Whoopsie. They did leak the new Master Set players that it looks like are coming next week. So we are getting Ayaka Toko from Japan, Kendall Coyne Schofield, Nico Hischier, who is going to be an interesting one, and Martin Favre. So not the most popular Master Set selections, but we'll talk about this probably in a future video, but Martin Favre might actually be an awesome defenseman, so keep that in mind. That looks like it'll be next Friday's release of Master Set players. Moving on, guys, to the HUT challenges. Make sure that you take advantage of these to get some event collectibles if you are looking to make any of the master sets. Again, I think that if you are investing your time, your no money spent, prior events probably have more valuable master set players. But again, you can do the challenges and get some seasonal collectibles, low-key, guys. They give out a ton of them. They are very, very worth it in terms of value. So again, just pay attention to those. There are objectives like in all of the past events. So technically, you can get a free Nations of Hockey player by getting all of these games done. This is becoming kind of crazy. 670 games because there is an extra tier. It will cost you 30 collectibles now to go from the 84 all the way, I believe it might start at, no, I believe it's 84, all the way up to the 90 overall at 5,000 coins per collectible, and that's on the cheap end. You're looking at about 150,000 coins, and then you will have to make 3 collectibles to actually get the card that you want if you want to make one. So just keep that in mind. You guys, you can still get it for free, so I don't want want to overlook that. The amount of games is kind of insane, but the event does look like it is going to be much longer in terms of some of the other ones. I think if an extra week, it is a little bit easier to get these done. More, if you stack them, it will count. So if you have 5 Nations of Hockey players on your team, when you play a game, you will get 5 games done. So keep that in mind. If you pack any guys, I would probably try and get them done or play some games with them. You can do squad battles, 1-minute periods on a rookie, score a goal, and just sit there if you really want to. You will get the amount of game done, and then you can just sell the cards if you want, but they are going for about 20,000 coins, which is obviously pretty rough, but if you want to get it for free, you can still technically get it for free. All right, also want to draw your attention to this new thing they've added into this event, that the Nations of Hockey will get a free pack in the store. Log in every day to redeem a free Nations of Hockey daily bonus pack in the store for a chance to pull a Nations of Hockey MSP. These are in the store for free, and it literally just says, please accept, this is a free pack. So if you go all the way down here into the essentials, you'll see a Nations of Hockey daily bonus pack. You can open this up daily, it appears, and we'll go ahead and see what I've got. We're gonna pull an MSP right here. Why not us? Colonel Rockets, nope, silver, and of course, so we got a bunch of silver cards. But hey, free stuff every single day, so make sure you take advantage of it. So guys, I just want to touch on the event as a whole, because I think a lot of people are going to be upset that the event isn't a banger. And it has a lot to do with master set selections and things like that. I think the card art is pretty sweet, and it is a very international feel around winter with the World Juniors and everything like that. So I think that it's still a good event to have. I'll be interested to see if they can come up with some crazy new MSPs on the last one, because I believe this is a 3-week event. So I'm not confirmed, but it does look like it is going to be longer than 2 weeks. So let me know what you think in the comments section down below. I will release a tier list video going over all of the master sets so far and what I think you should do with them. But as it stands right now, I would just kind of hold off. I am going to try out Godlewski's, and I'll let you know. I'll try them all out, and I'll let you know. But guys, again, thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Have a good one.